Hello and welcome to a new episode of Airport CEO here on the channel. Before we get any further into today's episode, if you should end up enjoying this video, don't forget to leave a like. That would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are around here, why not hit subscribe? Alright, so last time we started working on the east wing of Geneva Airport, which is the latest addition to the airport in real life, which is a wide body terminal. So the part of Geneva Airport that handles wide-body aircraft and intercontinental traffic. And we did make quite a bit of progress last time, but we still have a few things to do. Now, we did already last time talk about some of the architectural features of this terminal, and one thing that I noticed was these very colorful roof tiles, but of course also the seating arrangements being colored equally. We can't make the roof tiles. In theory, we could change the coloring of the seating, but for now we've just gone for the version where we basically color in the floor. I might change that a little bit later and perhaps change the coloring of the benches instead. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Should we leave the floors colored in and the seating arrangements as they are right now, or should we change it up and actually color the benches instead of the floor? I would very much appreciate to hear your opinion on that. Now, because we of course want this part of the terminal to work at peak efficiency, we need to add some key infrastructure. These are of course bathrooms, we need some vending machines, we need some trash bins, we need some information screens. So really the basic infrastructure that this part of the airport really works for our staff, but most crucially for our passengers. Alright, so another thing that I basically mentioned in the last episode, but we haven't added yet, are shops. In real life, this part of the airport does not appear to have shops as we are adding them here. I'm not entirely sure because I haven't been to this part of Geneva Airport in real life, given that the East Wing was only opened end of 2021 and I have never flown intercontinental from Geneva. But from the footage that I have, it does not appear like there are shops like this, but given that this is a rather large area of the airport, I think it would be problematic not to have any kind of shops and to leave out this infrastructure completely, because passengers will definitely be asking for stuff like this. So we of course, as always, need to keep in mind that this is a game and there are some basic needs that we need to still make sure that we basically fulfill, even though it might not entirely match up with what we see in real life. Then of course another thing we definitely need to add are some staff rooms. As always, this is important to have these close by the work areas of your staff so that they don't have to walk as far from when they finish or start a shift. And finally, of course, this part of the airport is handling international traffic, and that means we need to zone it in as an international zone. And when we do that, we of course also need to make sure that passengers can enter and exit this area, and that means we need to add some passport controls. Alright, so in the more central part of Geneva Airport's Terminal 2, you in real life have basically the few lounges that the airport actually has. This is something we still need to build. Again, I am not entirely sure how this is managed at the east wing, but again here it does not really appear like they have built any lounges in this area. I might be wrong here, but this is, at least from what I could see at the footage so far, it does not appear like there are a lot of lounges or any at the east wing. But again, it is a rather large part of the airport in our build, and I don't want to leave this part completely without any lounges, also because we do have some space left, which is a commodity in this build, because often we don't have any space left. But in this case, the vast majority of the second floor level across the entire east wing building we have constructed here is pretty much unused. So we have space for a maybe not huge but decent sized restaurant, and still enough space to build, I think, up to 4 lounges here, which again will help us in the long run, because once we get some wide-body aircraft coming in, so once we've signed some airlines that are coming in with these larger aircraft types, we can then also sign corresponding contracts with these airlines for these lounges, which again will improve or help us with the rating that the airline gives us, or basically how happy the airlines will be with the airport. So while we are constructing the airport lounges, there's one thing I wanted to talk with you about, because obviously when I'm making these videos, the whole construction process is often rather condensed, and it can be a little bit confusing which parts of the airport we're currently building, and basically where the part we're currently constructing is in relation to other parts you might have seen in previous episodes, because you don't really get an overview as such. And because of that, I have decided that the next episode we will basically not construct anything, but we will make an airport tour, so that we can see all the parts of the airport as they are so far, and to see how far we have gotten with our construction, and also see, of course, where we're still missing things, because there are still quite a few things missing. And this will also give us the opportunity to do a little bit of spotting at the airport, to look at some of the aircraft that are coming in. Of course, in that regard, if you have any suggestions for airlines that we should sign, then feel free to let me know in the comment section below, because then we can sign them for the next episode, so that we can see them coming in already in the next episode. Yeah, so just to make you aware, I am aware that this can sometimes be a little bit confusing, and I think the best way to remove this confusion is by doing an airport tour. But for now, we have reached the end of today's episode, and if you have enjoyed this episode and maybe also the entire series so far, then feel free to leave a like. That would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.